Hello and welcome to Studio 110 podcast. My name's Brio,
I'm Shay.
And I'm Brandon.
and today we're talking about dating. Dating in Miami. What's okay? First off, what's like an ick for you?
For me, it's definitely bad hygiene.
Oh my god.
Um,
Specifically, what part of bad hygiene is like the worst?
all the
for you?
above.
No, what's the worst for you?
Not all the above. I don't want to touch you if I haven't seen you in the shower, if you didn't brush your teeth, if like change your clothes. Like
I agree.
Brushing your teeth.
I don't
is
know what you were
super
doing prior
important.
to this.
Brushing your teeth is the like. I don't want to know what you ate that day. Honestly, I don't even want to know what was going on that day. Like,
Not even just that, but like I've I've slept over people's houses and they don't brush their teeth at the end of the
Oh
night.
my
I don't
God.
say anything, but I'm just like silent judgment.
And then trying to eat something else with those nasty ass teeth. Please. Please.
scary. The
Especially-
gingivitis.
No, yeah.
But that's my number one ick. How about you?
Dang, I got a lot of icks.
Me too.
I don't know. I feel like one of them is just like when you just follow too many girls. I don't know.
Too many
that-
baddies.
Yeah.
IG baddies.
Yeah.
IG baddies or like any girl.
Both. I'm just like,
She
dang,
said-
how thirsty are you? That's crazy. I
And
don't
you?
know.
Obviously, both of those things are icks and red flags to me. But like, I think initially when I'm on a date with someone, for me, it's manners. Like, I will never forget like
That's a good one.
like the way you treat like the service person, like taking care of us, or like
That's-
tipping people, or like. But I'll never forget this one time a guy picked me up for a date, right? And I come out of the apartment building, and he's on the phone in the car and not even paying attention to me like pulling up. I'm waiting outside of the car door, and he rolls the window down and goes like this, motioning me
Oh,
to
hell
get in the
no.
car. He's like, just get in. I'm like, you're not gonna open the door? He's like, started to fight me on that, and I said, oh, you know what? No, that's okay. And I walked my ass right back inside. I did not even go on that date. I was like, fuck that. That tells me everything I need to know about you before
I
you.
guess that's an ick I also have.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
I always tell you people who put their thumbs up, like when you like let them like merge into a lane or something and they give a thumbs up, that's like a fighting action for me. Like, why are you giving me a thumbs up? I didn't need validation. Like, I just let you into the fucking lane. Like, what the fuck? Like,
They said, good job, buddy.
thumbs up? Like, hell no. Like, I'm not a fucking little kid. Like,
But why would they give you a thumbs up for what?
you've never seen it?
That's
Uh,
never happened.
Honestly,
to me.
it's
Oh my
never
God.
happened to me either.
Specifically, old Hispanic men. Like,
Dale,
I don't-
papi.
like not even thank you, but good job.
That's
I'm not.
Good,
no.
hilarious.
good job.
I don't need a gold star for the day. Like,
For what? For
Keep it
staying in your
moving.
lane?
no, for like letting them merge in front of me or something.
Oh. Yeah, that's never happened to me.
But yeah, mannerisms are also an ick.
no,
so-
for sure.
Good hygiene, good mannerisms.
Totally. I think all of those things just create like a very good, decent, well-rounded person. Like if you can take care of yourself and you're polite, it'll take you very far. Like
That's very true, though. I've definitely been out with some people and they treat like the servers or whoever like very poorly. And especially for me, I work in the hospitality industry. So like that's a
Deadass.
big ick. Like I'm like, how do you treat people like that? Like I feel like you should treat the janitor the same way that you would treat a CEO. Like it should be the
I
same level
feel
of
the
respect.
same
Sure.
way. And like that's why I left the restaurant industry. I was like, bitch, I feel like people treat me like garbage. Like just because I'm in like providing a service, and I'm just like, outside of here, you would never be able to speak to me like that. Like, please relax.
No, really. entitled people. I
For
feel
real.
like.
But since we're talking about like icks and things, and you mentioned something, I'm gonna ambush you right now and ask you about your relationship
Oh
because
gosh.
I received a Snapchat that said, "Oh my God, ready for the glow up after this breakup," or something along the lines.
Mind
I
you.
didn't respond because I was saving it for today.
Mind you, she has not said anything about this.
I
to me.
really haven't.
We talk like very consecutively, and for me to not know you were in a relationship.
Crazy.
Who is this man?
Let's just say you shouldn't date a cop. That's number one.
Didn't I warn you about that?
A lot of my friends have warned me about that, especially in Miami. Come on now.
So I guess you saying cop, I semi knew who it was. I didn't know it was still like ongoing.
That's what. Yeah, a lot of my friends were actually shook by the news. I kind of gatekeeped it from like everybody, and they're like, "Bitch, what? You're still talking?"
That's why I saved it for the ambush.
I was
day.
literally there. I was like, I think like I kind of knew, but I didn't know that you were actually dating him. Like, because once you like were getting dropped off and stuff, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, like.
I mean, yeah, I would
like,
say
it's more serious than I thought, and then it was like, oh, it's more serious than I thought. Like,
because it's been a minute. Like,
yeah,
I knew the beginning and I knew the end. I didn't know the middle. So what was the ick that broke that situation?
I guess if I'm gonna curse on here, like,
you better go up.
I think for me, if you're at a certain age and you still have commitment issues, like that's a really big red flag.
100%.
How old was he?
Oh my gosh.
6 seats 5.
No. I don't think the age gap was like that far off, but to him that was his excuse. It was about 14 years apart, and I'm sure people have of that specific like age gap or more have made it work.
My grandma and grandpa were 20 years apart.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's very nice. Yeah, but
it for sure could work, but if they're acting like before their age, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
they're not acting their age,
yeah.
then it just doesn't add up.
And it's funny too because for me, and I'm sure a lot of girls are gonna fall for this for whoever he ends up going for, but for me, I was like, oh wow, he's of this age, like he hasn't had any kids, and I think he's being picky on like who he wants to have kids with, blah blah. He hasn't been in a relationship for a while. I'm like, oh, like maybe I could be the one.
I could be the one.
No. There's a reason why he's been single for a while and why he hasn't had any kids, especially at that big age. Yeah.
Very big age. 14 years.
Very big age.
That is crazy. No, I totally agree. Like, I get the appeal like of the no kids because I wouldn't want to like be a stepmom. No hate, no shade. I don't know.
No,
like,
I agree. Like I would
I would
definitely
want my kids to be like our first kids.
Yeah. Like I definitely want to be with somebody when like they like this is like like what you said, our first kids.
Yeah. Like I don't need the baby mama drama either.
No.
Especially when you start dating older and then you get to the point where they become your age.
The kids.
Like, yeah. That's a wild one.
I haven't experienced that yet, but
that
I
one
definitely
will put your life back into perspective.
Yeah.
I want you to meet my child. Oh, my fucking peer. My like.
Oh, we went to college together.
We went to school together.
She was in my
math
sorority.
Hey, Becky.
Hey, boo.
I didn't know that was your dad. I'm sorry.
No, literally.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is insane. I don't know. And it's also like imagine like introducing your parents and it's like their age.
Yeah. I mean,
But that's why there needs to be like checks and balances of the situation.
Yeah.
Like okay, you're as old as my parents, but are you paying for my lifestyle? Are you paying
Are
my
you
bills?
acting like my
Are
parents?
you paying my rent? Like, you know,
Yeah.
then your parents can't really say nothing because, like,
Yeah.
were your parents paying your fucking rent?
I mean, I also have a friend who her boyfriend at the moment is the same around the same age as her parents, and they met them. And then at first they didn't like him.
They never do.
Yeah. But I think as they realized that stuff started to get serious, they were like, okay, whatever. Like, as long as he's a good guy, like, we're fine with it.
My parents always say, they're always like, we just want you guys to be happy. Like, we just want someone that's going to treat you right. Well, I guarantee you, if I brought home someone ugly or somebody old or somebody who wasn't perfect and hit every single box, they'd be like, I don't know what you see in him. You could do better. Like, blah, blah,
I
blah.
mean, if he was a billionaire, though, would your parents really complain? They'd be
If
like,
I was-
he got.
No,
if I
they
brought home-
wouldn't because you brought home much worse.
Yes.
And-
You're
Okay,
right.
we
there you
all,
go.
We all know who we're talking
You're right.
about.
You're right. But if I brought home Bill Gates, my parents would be like, see, I always believed in you. I knew you were destined for greatness.
That part.
Or like, what's the other guy that owns
Jeff
Amazon?
Bezos.
Bezos. Or the guy that owns Twitter, Elon Musk.
Oh,
If I brought home any
fuck
of
them
those,
all.
if I brought home any of those, my dad would be so happy. Because they're in tech and they're billionaires.
Yeah.
That's all they want from me.
Same with my parents. I mean, my dad would be like, wow, blah, blah, blah. Like, let me get connected with
No,
your...
for real.
Yeah. Whole business side to it. Yeah. But as I come to the realization, I just feel like dating Miami is so rough. And I feel like it's probably the same in like Vegas, New York, LA. I just think everybody just wants to get to it, if you know what I mean.
Fucking.
Yeah. I was trying to be PG, but yeah. Like nobody wants like something genuine and authentic and stable. And I'm just like, do I have to move to a different country?
I 100%
I've been thinking
agree.
about that lately.
100% agree, but I also it's like a combination of things. It's like one, Miami, and then it's like two, the whole dating game has changed in like the last 20 to 30 years.
Social
like,
media has made it so easy to cheat on people nowadays.
it's like there's
crazy.
Like before, like when our parents were getting together, it was like whoever was in your town was like that was it. Like, and like now you can meet people down the street, in the next city over, in another state, across the country. Like it's like your options, you are like
I
so
literally
much
asked my
greater.
parents how they met. And like they met when they were like 17, like 16, like they've been married for like over 27 years.
period.
He was at work and she came walking down the street past with her friends and he just like hollered at her and like
damn, she bad.
got her, not her number but her paging number. 'Cause
Period.
the
Oh, that's
pagers
right.
back
They
in the
use
day.
pagers.
And then they were just
Oh,
kind
the
of like
real romance.
yeah, they were just kind of like talking back and forth. I don't know, through the page. I don't know how that works.
Through the
That's
pager or the landline.
beyond my time. But yeah, shit like that happened back in the day, and then now it's like, oh, I swiped right.
Literally.
Like,
You
fuck
want to know
that
how
shit.
my
Like-
parents met?
It went down in the DM.
Like,
My parents met at a party and my mom didn't even want to go. My mom was like talking to her friend. She's like, yeah, I got invited to this party, but like, I don't know if I'm going to go, blah, blah. And her friend's like, no, you should go, whatever. Like, she was like a cap, they used to call it, Cuban American princess, even though she was Chilean. Like, and so like, she was like, I'm too good for this party. But her friends convinced her. She pulls up. And my dad pulls up at the same time. They're driving the same exact car. It was like the it guy car of the 80s. It was like some type of Toyota. It was like a convertible, super cute. And so they start my dad chats her up. And then he's like, oh, well, mine's stick. And she's like, so is mine. And then so like they drove the same car, stick, blah, blah, blah. And then they ended up chatting, and that's how they met. But funny enough, So they were both driving that Toyota. And my brother and his girlfriend met working at a Toyota. So Toyota is like a matchmaker for my family, I guess.
I have a Toyota.
Interesting.
I have a Toyota also.
I have a Ford
Period.
Mustang. And
Built-
my dad
built
always
tough.
says Ford stands for found on the road dead.
Oh goodness.
And I can vouch for it because my car is always going through it.
You were right.
But
How'd your parents meet? Do you know?
My parents met through, I think it was mutual friends, and I think it was the same type of concept, like a party. I think it was my dad's cousin or something, and then they had met through a party, and then it went from pretty much there. But I would say, I mean, I have a half brother, so my dad had a kid already, and then my mom hasn't had any kids, and she had me and my brother pretty late. But yeah, I think it was just at a party or something.
you see the ongoing theme. Everything happened in person.
Moral of the story, we need to go out more and we need to throw more parties. We need to put our friends onto more people. Like,
I don't think
We
I'll
need to
find
talk
love in the
more.
club though.
no, not a club. Like I'm talking like even when you
That
watch
Usher song, Love in This Club.
even when you watch stuff like How I Met Your Mother, it's like they're throwing house parties like just to talk to girls like that they want to take on a date. Like they're going to the like local restaurant.
But the difference is
bar.
now that there's the option of like all these apps, they're gonna meet you, they're gonna like love you, but they're still gonna be on these apps.
Yeah.
That's
talking
why
about,
I
like-
feel like the next person I have to go for is somebody with no social media.
Those be the
Right.
worst ones.
Or-
They're the-
Why?
They're the sneakiest. Like,
Why? How are they so sneaky? I guess through like getting people's phone numbers.
I guess the same way they met you.
dead
No
ass.
social trace. They just chatting
'Cause-
at people in real life.
And let's be
Like-
honest, when
And
you,
then you just get their phone number.
Yeah, but
When you
imagine
go
all
to
the
s-
other phone numbers they got.
and when
with
you
the
go
same
to
pride
when you go
that
to
they met
stalk
you
them,
with.
there's not going to be any evidence,
I mean,
not a trace. Like
I want like a Sophia and Elliot is Grange. Is that their last name?
I don't
Type
know
of-
who that is.
Sophia Richie and
Oh,
Elliot.
who the fuck is
Grange.
Elliot?
He's
Oh,
the
she got
he's the
it.
CEO of
Her
like.
money is very long.
Is
Period.
it Sony? I
Very
think
long.
he's the
I don't
CEO.
remember what
He's
it
one of like
was.
the biggest producers
Okay,
or
slay.
CEOs. That's why people were like, you know, she was all over social media because she went from one lifestyle to another.
Oh, okay. Now I remember. I remember.
It
Okay,
gives
yeah.
like classy, chic,
yeah. She
billionaire.
was like in her old money era.
Yeah. But if you go on his Instagram, the only person he follows is her.
Need one like that.
Let it be known. Yeah.
Can I get
need-
that on Amazon?
I need mine all about me and only me.
Was yours about you or no?
No.
Hmm.
Nope.
Tear.
Yeah.
It was about, ooh, she's bad. Oh, okay. She's bad. The DM.
A DM is crazy.
No, but the thing is that too with Instagram, and I feel like,
So how'd you find out?
Apparently, Facebook has dating now.
what do you mean?
Did you go through his phone?
No, it was more so just a talk. Like we were having a talk, and he didn't deny that he
And he
was.
vented to you? Or it was just kind of a mutual understanding, like, damn, I got caught.
She was interrogating him.
It was okay. So,
I'm here for an interrogation. I just always wonder how it went down.
oh gosh, everybody's gonna know about my personal life now. Well,
Not really. They don't know who he is.
I guess that's true.
It wasn't public enough for that.
It wasn't. No, I did not.
I
post
didn't even
him.
know about it.
I mean, I would not. Post.
I knew about it, but I didn't know about it. So I don't think the
I knew about it and I
viewers are
didn't
gonna
know about it.
it.
I will not post a guy ever until
Until
there's
there's
a
a
ring
ring.
on my finger.
A motherfucking ring. I know
A
that's
ring.
right.
Period.
But pretty much, I could say that we were dating because he treated me like a girlfriend. But in other terms, it would also be a really like stretched out situation.
I had one of those. I had one of those for too fucking long.
But the moment I like pretty much expressed my feelings and everything, and I'm not really the best at it, but I am proud of my growth for that. And we just talked about like, are we exclusive, blah blah, like, and his side was pretty much, oh yeah, like you're the only person I'm like physically seeing and hooking up with. But when I asked him, oh, are you texting or DMing other girls, blah blah, and he goes, well, yeah, I mean, and then I was like, okay.
But that's the craziest part is like I'm sure he was offering you like the world minus the loyalty. Like it's like stay at my place. Oh my god, we're so cute. Like blah blah blah. Like and then it came down to it and it's like, yeah, I'm texting other bitches. It makes no sense.
It makes
And it
zero
would never make sense.
sense.
You could have a fucking ring on your finger and it still wouldn't add up. Like
I hope that
Miami men, their actions never speak.
It's not even just Miami men. I think it's just men. Like, cause like,
Yeah, but Miami is like a whole nother.
yeah.
I mean, so I've been having thoughts about moving to Italy, and it's funny because
Weren't we talking about that?
I met a friend of a friend who she lives in Italy, and we all had dinner together. And then it was like a girl on girl talk, and then I was just like, yeah, like Miami is so hard, blah blah, like everybody just wants to fuck. And then she goes, same in Italy though, and I'm like, okay, well,
It's everywhere. It's all men. They're fucking
well, yeah.
tramposos.
No, literally.
Yeah, I think the game is gonna be like the same across the board. Like wherever
It's
you
so
go.
crazy to me. I mean, I always, I'm still always a big believer in that things happen for a reason, and that like, that person led you to that person and so on and so forth. But I don't know. This like
It's
the-
like
the
a
present
relationship
time
internship. It
sucks.
opens up your perspective of like what you actually realize you want and what you need and like
I mean, for sure, as like I go through dating guys, I for sure am pretty much just gonna be straightforward and blunt about what I want. It's funny because people say that like once you're in your 30s, they're like, okay, so what like all the questions like what do you do, blah blah blah, and what are you looking for, and do you have any kids, and
I
but
do it, but I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, where are you from? Blah blah blah. Oh, you get to travel out. Like, what do you do? Like,
at this point I feel like I'm just gonna be so straightforward that I'm like I don't wanna me as a person. I feel like once I get emotionally invested, that like takes the law out of me. So I'm just like, okay, if I'm dating, like at least I kind of know from the jump.
am I about to waste my time? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
I think that's fair
Like-
though.
100%.
Circle yes or
Like,
no.
what are you looking for?
I
type.
think that's fair though, because like, what's the point of fucking wasting all this time if you know what you want and they know what they want? Like, because
100%.
I've heard that like a guy knows what he wants out of that relationship within like the first month.
Yeah.
May-
I've also
maybe
heard that
even the
guys
first few
put
dates.
girls in a box, and then
Yeah.
that's how they know that like whatever how they perceive her as, like this is a wife and this is just somebody I
Well,
can bang.
that's why I cut off the last person I was messing with, because I was like, okay, obviously, like, this person doesn't see my value. They don't see my worth. They're not, like, putting in effort or time or energy. And it's like, why the fuck am I going to go above and beyond for someone who literally doesn't give a shit about me? So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm so over that bullshit. Like,
100%.
I was like, because I've gone through that before, and like my first boyfriend was like, oh my god, a psychopath. Like,
same.
a side note, we've all dated Leo men,
Fuck that.
and I
That's
think
the one sign I'm avoid.
there's a consensus. Nobody likes it, but yeah, like there's just like men like that, Leo men, like toxic people, and I'm just like, I used to put up with so much bullshit from people like that, and nowadays I'm just like, you're either wasting my time making my life harder, or you're making my life better.
I know
Like,
this is situational, but what would you say is a sign that you think that you would maybe date? Like, I think we all agree that we wouldn't date Leo men. I now have experience of dating a sign of my own, and I see all the toxicity in that.
Oh,
so
a
what?
sign like an actual zodiac sign?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a sign.
Yeah, I
like,
was like,
like what would make you not want to
in action, like
Oh no. Well, I mean, I guess that too, but I'm talking about like like zodiac signs.
zodiac sign.
Scorpio.
I
That
don't
you
think
would
I've
date.
ever-
No, that I wouldn't date.
I don't think I've ever met
Did she
a
ask would?
Scorpio.
Ask
Would?
Yeah,
or-
would.
Would be
I
would like a Capricorn because they get money, their body teeth.
Yeah, but they're stubborn and stingy.
I mean, I've only met girl Capricorns. I've never met a guy Capricorn. So actually, no, that's a lie. I think I have, and they are also cheaters.
They're all cheaters.
I know, but I
Hey,
think
I'm a double Capricorn.
Okay,
Gemini double Capricorn.
I stand on.
I wouldn't cheat. I would let you know I am cheating.
I think as guy friends, what I've had really good experiences with are Aries and a Taurus.
See, I always end up dating an Aries, and then it turns into like the messiest.
I've never dated
situationship ever.
them.
I
but-
always talk to Aries. I just like fire signs in general, but like the last like 3 people that I talked to, Aries. Like
all of my friends,
like I haven't talked to anyone in a minute.
all of
though.
my friends are like water signs, like Cancer, Pisces, like, and Taurus, which is not a water sign, but
adjacent.
those are like my major categories in my life. And then dating wise, it's always Sagittarius and Leo.
Oh, fire signs got us by
I
the
know.
fucking throat.
They're the only ones that can keep up with me. Though. I'm a little chaotic.
I like the confidence, I guess. I think that's what I like in people is like I like people who are confident. I like people that are like not afraid to stick up for what they believe in, like good, kind, strong, like extroverted. Because I can be kind of introverted sometimes. So
I feel that too.
I think it's nice to have someone that's gonna like push me to be like out of my comfort zone,
I
but
feel
not
that.
too much. Don't do too much. Because
I
if you
don't
do too
know.
much, I'm gonna start getting jealous. Don't start talking to some random ass bitch next to us. Like,
What sign was the unknown's name?
He was,
I'm only calling him that because I have no idea of who this was.
I don't think I've ever
I
disclosed
didn't know his name.
to my friends.
I didn't know. I don't
I've
want to know
only-
his name, just his sign.
I keep
Yeah.
getting this.
I've only mentioned his occupation, and that's the thing I mention to my friends. I'm like, I never mention their name, but I mention like what
La-
they do
La-
or
La
their
Policia.
ethnicity. Or their ethnicity. But he was a sign like me. He was a Pisces, and our birthdays were like a week apart. So I'm like, oh, how cute, blah blah. blah. No,
I don't
That's-
read zodiacs, but you could have came to me and I told you it wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
a Pisces and a Pisces.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a Cancer now, and I'm a Cancer, and it's.
Oh my gosh, I've talked to a Cancer too, and
I don't know how to feel about it yet. Like,
nope.
I have no water sign in my chart and I never talked to a water sign in my life.
I was like, am I crazy? Like, Cancers are fucking like
You're crazy,
a lot.
but you're free.
Lana.
I mean, from my experience, like I said, I only saw my guy friends from a friendship level. And I think our connection is really great. And a lot of them are either Aries or Tauruses, which is why I think we get along. But I've never seen that like dating side of them. I've only like heard stories from their perspective of like who
From
they're
their
dating.
perspective.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, I was like, our relationship is great, but if it were to move forward from that, I was like, I don't know, and I genuinely would not want to ruin that.
Aries are toxic in relationships, but so fun as friends. Like great people as
Great friends.
My mom's an Aries.
Yeah.
She's
My brother's an
unpredictable.
Aries.
That's all I can say.
My brother's an Aries. One of my best friends is an Aries, and her brother that I also grew up with is an Aries. What I can say about Aries is that they're really like very fiery in a point where they work really hard and they're very independent people.
I like that part. I don't like it when couples are too codependent on each other because it just doesn't end up well. So I think it's nice when like you can come together and like be a couple but also still be an individual and like have your own life. I think that's like the perfect balance.
Very true.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
like I hate I'm gonna be a hater right now. I hate those bitches that like they start dating a dude and their entire personality becomes like hanging out with them, doing what they want to do, like
Or they just they
Or,
they
like, they don't
forget things outside of the
forget their
relationship.
goals.
They
Their
forget their family. They forget their goals. They forget their friends. They forget to work on themselves. And I'm just like, girl.
and they literally turn into like a mini version of that dude.
yeah.
And it's
Which-
always a fat, ugly, annoying dude. Like
And then they're the same ones to come crying back to you. And then you like console them. It's been 3 days. Run straight back. And you're like, I just fucking wasted my time, my effort, my energy.
I've told people
I said
straight up.
fucking grab a knife and stab them in the neck. And like now I look crazy because you're fucking cuddled up next to them.
I don't care if I look crazy because like I'll tell my friends straight up, I don't like that man and you could do better. And even if they're still with him, I'll be like, I won't say anything. I'm like, that's your life, that's your business.
That part.
Like I don't give a fuck. But like if you ask me what I think, I'm gonna be like, that man's a piece of shit. Like
Yeah.
but I'll be there at the wedding. Like
I think for me, it always depends. I'm like, do you
And
want...
we've been there at the wedding. Mind you.
I'm just like, do you want advice or do you just want an ear to listen to?
Yeah.
Because like that's the point where I'm getting, because I'm like, I could have my opinions or you just maybe want to vent. Either way, as a friend, like I'm there.
Yeah.
And then this is an interesting take because I randomly brought it up to you the other day. I don't know what we were watching or like whatever triggered it, but a lot of people, like guys and girls, the person that they date, the porn that they watch doesn't
We did talk
correlate to
about
the
this.
person that's in front of
It's
them.
like the complete opposite
Like,
of what they're
they'll
dating.
be dating like
Don't
a
get me
brunette baddie and then watching like
White girl,
busty
blonde,
blonde, like
Don't. This is a whole subject too, as to the reason of like why I think this person is the way that they are. Is that so? Well, this is another red flag. I feel like for like my future dating wise, but I think when a person is addicted to porn, like that's a really big red flag. Like, okay, I understand
addicted to anything is a red flag, but porn is like especially
yeah.
bad.
And I'm just like at the time I was like, okay, like it is what it is. Like you've been single for a while, whatever. But I think in my head that one, you have an artificial boost of dopamine that like you're gonna keep getting addicted to that. Two, you're gonna have unrealistic standards, and then you're gonna keep wanting to crave more or like see whatever you see of from that website, and then I don't know, like a lot of that is not real.
But that's kind of where the conversation came from because you'll never satisfy that craving. Like what they see in a wife is completely different of like getting their
which is
craving
what you were talking about with the
finished with.
boxes. Like there's a box for like the wife, there's a box for like the whore, and then there's the box for like
to them that's their sexual fantasy.
like
Yeah.
the bitch that they see in their porn, they would never like even entertain in real life. Like they look at them and like, that's such a whore. Like I could never like.
I don't know about that. I think it depends on their mindset. Like if they're just like in
They
it,
would never wife them though.
they would never wife them 100%. But if they were in
But
it
it's
to just
always
like
interesting to understand the perspective of like their mindset, their mind frame. Like it just doesn't add up in the
and
end.
it's so that's why I don't like dating guys who like I've seen their type before and I look nothing like them. Like if a guy that is coming up to me has only ever dated blonde hair, blue eyed, skinny twig bitches, I'm immediately like guard up. I'm like, you're just using me because you don't get this at home.
And then it's like it's like, am I the fetish or are they the fetish?
I'm saying, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be your little experiment. I'm not trying to be your little fetish. I'm not trying to be your break from whatever the fuck else you got going on. Like, if that's your type, that's your type. Like, don't bring me
Right.
into it. Like,
I think that's also another thing too. I've had my
go get your Alex
experiences-
Earl.
I've had my experiences of like being the guy being contradicting, because I've once dated a Moroccan Arab Muslim guy. Mind you, the reason why we broke up, he had said that that we were never gonna work because I want like my kids to be Muslim, blah blah blah. And I was like,
Those
at the
are the
time I
worst
was
ones.
at the time I was heartbroken, and I was like, okay, but long term I was like, okay, I wouldn't want that on myself and force my kids. So I'm like, I was fine with it. But the girl that he started dating after me was a very American,
Blonde hair.
Caucasian, blonde hair, not even Muslim.
Not
and
Middle
I'm
Eastern.
like, guys are full of shit.
Yeah, but she's just another one that's gonna end up in the cycle.
Yeah.
The same way you ended up in the cycle. Like,
yeah,
he's just gonna keep turning over. Like,
right. That's why I'm just
obviously
like-
he's not serious.
Yeah.
Like,
Even with this Dominican guy too, I'm just like, okay, the girls are gonna just like, I'm like, the next girl's gonna be his victim because now I could see why you've been
there'll
single
always
for
be
so
an
long.
excuse. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. But
Well,
they
now
don't
you're
pull that.
bald and fat and fucking rude, and you don't have any options left. So fuck you. Like,
They don't realize that until it happens. 20 years go by and they're like still on the same shit. And it's like, grow up now. Sometimes we need
It's
to
time.
like,
It's time to settle down.
right.
You're on your deathbed. Like, yeah, no.
and
I
that's
can't.
like the annoying part is like, the guys just get uglier, and they think that they still have like, you know, like value, like like monetary value, and I'm just like, and then girls just
Cut
keep
the
getting
check.
hotter, and I'm just like, and I'm just like, this
You're
was
ugly
such
and
a
you have to pop a blue pill to get it up. Like, cut that check.
like, what are you really bringing to the table? Flip it around. What are you bringing to the table?
Bitch, they better bring everything. The table, the seats, the money.
The house.
The house around the damn table.
that part.
The dog under the table. Like,
the Wi-Fi. Like,
period.
You know what this also kind of reminds me of? I remember talking to a dude. This was like earlier in my 20s, but he wasn't that much older than me. He was maybe like a year or two older than me. And mind you, not only at that age did he have ED, but
For some reason, I thought eating disorder. I was like, good for him. Skinny.
erectile dysfunction.
no. So he had that.
He was
And-
throwing up in the bathroom.
For real.
Right
Throwing up in the
after.
bathroom, couldn't get it up. Like,
No, that's not what I meant.
Double homicide.
So he had that, and I don't mean to talk some shit, but maybe
talk
I
your
do.
shit.
Okay.
Talk it.
It was the size of my thumb. Mind you, I'm a person that really values connection, and I'm just like, okay, like we get along so well, blah blah blah.
The mic is bigger, bitch.
Like at the point I didn't care, right? And I was willing to overlook that. And then you know what happened?
You tried to look over.
I mean, it's
tell
very
me.
easy to look over that.
It didn't take a lot of effort.
No, that part. Not only did he
For
have
reference.
oh my gosh.
Welcome to my beauty routine. Here's my beauty blender.
Suck it, babe.
That's what it was. It was a beauty blender. No, but for real. So he had that. and-
Overlooking that is crazy.
I know.
Fucking a beauty blender is crazy.
But
What happened?
he still managed to play the fuck out of me. And I'm like, how can you be a hoe
And have a small dick.
and have ED? Like, I'm not trying to shame that, but like, you
It's
can't brag
shameful.
about being a hoe when you struggle with those two. I mean, now he has a whole
No,
ass-
it's not even this. It's this.
Now he has a whole ass kid and a baby mama girlfriend situation.
Right now?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah. But whenever he runs into me, he's always like, and I'm just like, okay, well.
And
No,
you
not
just,
right now.
You just
I
stare
think-
at the thumb. That's all you.
This man had a baby on you?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, like,
No, not that. This was like a while back. Like he started dating this girl.
oh,
in a
I
ser-
thought you meant that happened right now.
No.
No.
But that has happened to me also. I'm not even gonna name
Wait,
names.
I remember that. I remember that.
I'm not even gonna name names because this could get real messy. But I was at the moment talking to, dating, whatever, a rapper, a very successful
I do
rapper.
remember this.
Oh my god, I remember this
Yeah.
show.
Was I? We were friends.
Rolling
What?
Loud.
Yes.
Oh my
Bitch, I dropped you off.
That's so true. I forgot that had happened. We did watch his set. I was like, is his mic on? Like,
And I remember
what's
being
going
like,
on stage?
he's at Rolling Loud? Who the fuck is that?
That literally.
I didn't even know who he was.
But I would say he has had a good amount of success. Is he messy? 100%. I think all rappers are. But I remember at the time that when we were like talking, then little me was just like excited, like yeah, whatever. Like I think he's a really genuine guy. Like we would have like really down to earth conversations. We would hang out, and then all of a sudden he started getting a little bit distancy, and I'm just like, okay, like my naive self was like, okay, I guess he's busy working because he's at the studio all night long.
Girl, I'd be in the studio. You could check your phone.
No, 100%. 100%. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And then as like a whole month went on, and I was like, okay, like whatever. He's getting like kind of distancy. So,
If you
And
could
then-
smoke blunts in the studio, you can text your girl in the studio.
You could check your phone.
If you can take shots in the studio, you can text your girl in the studio.
And then it was when I had saw that he was.
What he
Should
do?
I?
Tell us.
So, okay.
What he do?
So this was a person that had.
What they have?
They oh my god. They had managed to get on a very successful artist's album, and then as they had posted it on their social media, he was like, I'd like to thank my girlfriend, blah blah blah. And I was like, girlfriend? And then he was like,
Oh, I
and
remember
my
this.
my upcoming kid. I said upcoming kid. I was
not
like,
you,
"Oh my-"
not you finding out on the Instagram
on,
post.
on Instagram, I was like,
I think I remember you sending it to me actually.
dude, I mean, I was sad because whatever, like in my head, I was like, wow, we had like really down to earth talks, blah, blah. And I'm not going to give him credit for this, but I am, because I'm not going to lie that this was a part of my life where I think things had, played into the way that they were, that he had inspired me to move out and pursue my dreams because he had gone through the same thing that I was going through. So, and we had that talk. But, I mean, he had a whole ass baby.
Moral of the story: never trust what a man says. Only watch what he does.
Well, that, yes, 100%.
What about you, Brennan? You've been mad quiet over there. Haven't spilled a damn lick of tea.
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't have anything to spill.
Uh-huh.
I have nothing.
I
to
don't
spill.
believe a damn word you're saying.
The moment I see disrespect, I swing.
Now
So-
I'm like
He's
that.
got
Now I'm
DV
like that.
allegations.
I limit myself in my interactions romantically because I will end up in jail. I genuinely will. And like this is stemming from relationships I've had in college, high school, like they've all stemmed me into
The villain.
a villain.
I think that's where I am now.
And that's why I'm here to coach you guys. Anytime you guys give me any little ounce of like, he did this, he did, kill him.
Push him
Kill
down the
him.
stairs.
No, yeah.
It's just gonna ensue fucking trauma and drama.
And that's everything we're trying to avoid because of,
So until you have a ring and a large check, keep it pushing.
I
Keep
just,
it pushing.
yeah, no. I would generally like not believe a person until their actions showed up for it.
And actions mean like something that you benefit from.
Yeah.
I'm not talking loyalty. I'm not talking, oh my God, you took me to dinner.
like,
uh,
bitch, we could go to dinner
I need a
together.
Zelle, a Venmo, direct deposit.
Because it's like, especially if like you're dating someone older and like they have the power to make your life better, why would they not want to do that? And if they don't want to do that, why the fuck am I talking to you? Like,
but
you
that
don't,
flips
you
into
would,
what we were
you'd
talking
rather
about
watch,
earlier.
you'd rather watch me struggle than help me. I don't need you in my life. I could struggle by myself.
That part.
No, literally.
Like, make my life easier, not harder. Life is already hard as it is.
Literally. And it's like, especially when you've already been through all that and you're like double, triple, quadruple, quintuple times our wealth or like our income, and it would be literally nothing for you to do something for me. It's like, why would you not do
To
that?
clock out of your daytime job and then clock into this fucking job of dealing with bullshit and like no money
'Cause
coming in.
Relationships
crazy.
are a lot of work. Like, it's not just something that like, oh yeah, like this might work. No, like it's communication, it's time, it's energy, it's like effort, it's getting ready, it's
All
going
the
out,
dates,
like, yeah,
all the outfits you're wearing on the dates,
the makeup,
all
the
getting
skincare,
ready, like
looking hot for the date, like working out, dieting,
Right.
like
it ain't just like we're meeting and like whatever happens. Like
Yeah.
fuck that shit. Like there's a whole ritual that goes on
yeah.
beforehand, afterhand. Like
I think the thing with me is that once you start seeing things as long term and then you start to see, you know, the person that you end up marrying with or who you end up being with forever in that aspect plays a really big part in your success or your downfall. They
I've-
could drag the hell out of you through life and you can downgrade. Like, but I think that's a very, like, in my head, I'm just like, do I see this person that I'm with forever? Like, do I feel like they're helping me grow? Like, do I feel like they're helping water me?
I've heard that like the person you marry is like the biggest business decision you'll ever make in your life.
100%. Are you an asset or are you a liability?
Because that's the thing is like
Literally.
someone
Make it
could,
make sense.
someone could literally make you go broke. Someone could literally get you homeless, get you killed, kill you. Like
Yeah, you depressed as fuck.
like there's
Make you hate yourself.
Like, and especially as women, like I always bring this up, but like women are statistically more likely to get killed by their husband than anybody else. Isn't that fucking crazy?
yeah, the majority of crimes are crimes of passion, which happens in relationships. Like if you guys are in an argument, like their first instinct is to like choke you out or like to make you stop complaining or whatever. And then you end up dying.
You got me fucked up.
Yeah.
No, they got you dead.
But that's why I always dated guys that were kind of skinny growing up because I knew I could fuck them up. Like
I've had my fair share of chubby guys.
now I go for like thicker guys or like more muscular guys, but like back then I needed to make sure I could fight my way out. Like
Yeah.
now I feel like I'm a little bit smarter and I can like pick out the sociopaths and be like, okay, I'm not talking to them. But some of them are really good at hiding it.
Yeah, I would say that. But I feel like now as I'm going through more experience, I definitely I there's a big saying that says the red flags that you see in the beginning are gonna be the reason why you guys break up towards the end.
My mom always
Like
says
when you ignore that shit. And
my
you're just
mom
like,
always
okay.
says how you get them is how you lose them. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Like
That too.
and then she said something else. She was like, oh yeah, she said always go for the nerds. Like they're not in everybody's space.
She got herself one.
Period. Software engineer, financial advisor, retired early. She was good.
I mean, I went on a date with a nerd, but he was also a hot nerd. Like he was a nerd and a bodybuilder.
Okay, wait, hold on. We're gonna
Any person who invests into their appearance is already like
red flag.
you have to red flag. You need to put them to like another standard. We were talking about this like high-end gym the other day, and I was like, someone said, go find someone at this gym. And I was like, fuck that shit. Any person who's paying $5,000 to work out in a gym every month,
They're either stupid or narcissistic.
literally, like, I'm not trying to compete with like, you're already competing mentally, physically, like, so like, there's so many different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't date somebody at my gym just because.
Messy.
Prime example, like,
What?
what's your reasoning behind not dating someone at the gym?
That also goes kind of in the same sentence as you don't shit where you eat.
I
So
won't
it's
date
like-
someone I work with.
I mean, I've had my fair share of experience with that. I could say that hasn't gone well, but the gym for me is something different. Like I don't want to have
Okay,
to
they're
change the
hot.
time
They
that I
have
go.
money.
I used to have a crush on a gym guy.
Like, everything.
The guys
checks,
at the gym love me, but
everything checks out. But like, what's your like genuine reasoning? Like,
because if things go wrong, like I don't want to feel like I have to change my time at the gym or my schedule just because I want to.
Oh, I wouldn't give a fuck.
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't give a
I
fuck
genuinely would
either.
like not want to see that person.
I would,
things
if
go
anything,
wrong.
I'd make it uncomfortable for them. Like
just know the gym outfits would be stepped
dead
up.
ass.
Step the fuck up.
I mean, well, that too, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to put
Wait.
myself in that situation.
I think we should play a game before we sign off.
Okay, what game?
Drink if you ever dated a man who.
Okay.
So, drink if you've ever dated a man who was bald.
Oh wait, I was like, I had to think about it, but
Okay.
I had just spilled on myself.
Never.
Period.
Good for you.
I've done it.
If your hair don't like you, I don't like you. Keep it pushing.
Okay. How about you?
Dang, this is hard. It's hard, but it's not really hard.
It's like never have
I'll
I
do
ever,
one.
but
Wait, what was the game?
drink if you've ever dated a
I was
man
about to be like,
who.
never have I ever. Who? Oh, someone who has done something.
So drink if you've ever dated a man who, and then
Cheated on you.
Technically, for me, I don't know.
If you don't know, then it's a yes.
Okay.
It most
Bye.
likely happened.
Like, be fucking for real.
You know that reminds me of too. In that
You know what?
episode
I'm
of
gonna do straight
Friends.
gin for that one.
Oh my
because
gosh.
Cheated on me is crazy. Now you would find bullets. Like,
Drink if you ever had a guy a guy that you were dating yell at you, because I don't tolerate that shit right now. You raise your voice at me out the fucking
haven't had
door.
that.
I had
No,
one,
I've had
and
my
I never had one
experiences.
again after that.
Nope, you're not gonna raise your voice at me, sir.
I have a.
they already knew.
I have a traumatic one. Ready? Drink if you. Drink if you ever dated a man who tried to kill you. No, don't call that.
I remember that too because I gave you a dress to go on that trip, and I remember.
Oh, I think my Siri just did that by accident. I'm sorry. Bye, thank you.
Ain't no way.
What?
Bitch, I thought this was a sound effect.
I
So did
thought it was a sound effect.
You got your TikTok moment. There you go.
What?
I was so confused. At least it's not my ex.
No, literally, I was like,
I can't. I thought Chad was playing that. I was
I
like,
literally thought that too.
Wow.
That's crazy.
At least my Siri got my back, bitch.
You should have asked him where was he 2 years ago,
For real. The fuck? Like,
the guy on the phone
or
was like,
3
oh,
years,
okay.
however long it was.
Dude, I can't.
That's fucking
he sounded kind of
insane.
hot.
Damn.
Should I have asked for his number?
You know who's also
Call him
kinda
back.
hot?
You already have his number.
911, what's your emergency?
Mr.
I just called by
Officer.
accident, but that man sounded fine. Can you connect me with it?
Reconnect.
Watch him look like Elmo.
It'd be like that. When I worked the phones at my when I was working at the same place as you, like some of those guys sounded so hot, and I'd either see them or like find them on IG, and
you
I'm
know
like,
who's
you look
also
crazy.
really cute, but I feel like they're also very big hoes.
Who?
Firefighters.
Well, it's firefighters, paramedics,
fine.
cops, nurses, doctors, anything like
Lawyers,
that. Whores.
doctors,
Horse, all of them horse.
anybody with a stable job.
No. The tech guys are good.
A stable income.
It's the like people who are in contact with too many people. So like bartenders. Like,
but you know
stuff
the
like that.
history behind like the nurses and doctors. They just be fucking on
Yes,
every day.
I
Well,
know.
because
In the
they're all in
hospital.
the same facility of like working.
Yeah, but like
Bro,
you got a wife at home.
911 is texting me.
Are they?
They said, Miami-Dade 911, press the link. I'm not pressing that.
Tell them sorry.
Sorry, I just thought the guy was hot.
How did they even trigger? What did you say?
I'm not gonna
Well,
say it
don't say it
again.
again.
No, obviously, but you didn't say, "Hey Siri." Like,
No, I know, but like,
I think you said call blah blah blah.
no, I didn't. I didn't say call nothing.
We'd have to backtrack this later on.
I
because
literally
I'm
was like-
genuinely curious.
I was literally like, drink if you've ever dated a guy who tried to
Kill
kill you.
yeah,
And then it started.
your phone got triggered.
They literally was like, "Oh no, we gotta
Damn.
save this out." Like,
again.
but yeah, next person for the game, and then then we'll get out of here because we already called 911. So I don't know.
How do you top that? Well, I've never had that happen to me. What was my last one? Oh, cheated on you. I don't know. Do you have one?
I don't.
Well, then promote. What do you got to promote?
At my social media, Shania Ashley. That's SHANAIA ASHLEY.
How many A's was
Damn,
that?
A B C D F G.
Take a
H,
shot
I,
for
J, K,
every
L, M, N, O,
A.
P.
A plus.
You can find me at I'm Brandon Dawson on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and this whole podcast. We're dressed in Bad Decisions Miami,
Oh yes.
my styling and personal clothing brand, which you can also find at Bad Decisions Miami on all platforms.
Okay. Yes, my name's Rio. My main page is Rio Jade Official. If you want to check out my music, Rio Jade Music. We got art coming. We got music coming. We got lots of stuff coming. You guys got anything coming?
We got everything coming.
Just
This is just
success.
kind of, yeah.
Period.
This is the vessel for everything we're about to unleash. So stay tuned.
Get ready. Love you
And
guys.
This is Studio 110.
Studio 110.